Golden, that's MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to bring back one of my personal favorites. Cold Food is back at it, as we got a recent Howling Abyss buff to reinvigorate the deck, and I am very excited to share. I always am with this archetype because I'm very proud of this deck concept that you don't really see running around, and I'm really happy of being able to use Tahm Kench outside of his intended shell. And I just really love the play pattern of this deck, and a deck that is mostly Freljord, as you guys can see. So basically the opposite of the deck that I showcased the other day, with basically 37 Bilgewater cards and 3 Freljord cards in the Plunder Nab midrange. Which I highly recommend, by the way. Really fun and strong deck in the meta right now. But yeah, this is the complete opposite of that, and this deck also does wonders. So for those of you who do not know what Cold Food is, it's a deck combining Tahm Kench with Frostbite effects, and Ashe specifically as a champion. We have a mostly Freljord based curve that is built with protection with Elixir of Iron, Troll Chant, and we have 3 sisters, which can be Fury of the North to keep our units alive, but it can also be freezes, because that's the other part of what our effects, or spells rather, do. We got Brittle Steel, we got Flash Freeze, we got Harsh Winds, and then we got units like even a one-off of Rhyme Tusk Shaman alongside the Ice Veil Archer to freeze our opponent's units so that we can eat them. You know, because Tahm Kench has an easier time swallowing ice cubes and just frozen pizza and shit like that, right? Like, it's just more... His digestive system is pretty much the opposite of ours, and he has a very, very easy time consuming chilly food, and that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get all those frozen units into his belly and eliminate them as potential problems. We got Salvage as a 3-of to allow us to draw when we run out of gas, and we have a full set of the Howling Abyss, which was recently buffed. It went from 7 mana to 6 mana, which, may I say again, is a massive buff to the card, and this can give us a late game win condition to work for as we try to stall in the early to mid stages of the match with Tahm Kench and our own Frostbites. But believe it or not, I mean, it's not really that hard to believe. We don't necessarily need Howling Abyss to win a game. We can actually just push damage with Ashe and try to use her as a win condition. But I like the fact that these two aspects combined together can either win the game on their own or even function together and allow us to just lead off with some very nasty attacks. One of the very key cards in this deck is the Starlit Seer, which is a 2-drop that allows us to buff up our very specific units. Like, we don't have that many units in the deck, if you guys realize. We have a total of 12 followers and 6 champions. So a lot of times we're able to stack up buffs because we won't draw a unit immediately. So by playing, you know, our Elixir of Irons, our Frostbites, and chaining these spells, once we finally draw into the unit, it'll be really big, and getting like a huge Rhyme Fang Wolf with Challenger or a thick-ass Tahm Kench, for example, is amazing. And that's why I really feel like this deck is as strong as it is because of Starlit Seer, one of the most key cards in the deck, and we happen to have him Prismatic, which is just absolutely glorious. And that is the deck list right there. The objective, like I said, is to be able to match the opponent early on, use Frostbites and combat tricks to get the upper hand in our exchanges. As we curve out, we use Tahm Kench a lot to basically force the opponent into some awkward positions, as the biggest use for Tahm Kench in this deck is to have that an acquired taste looming over the opponent and threatening them, right? We don't have to play it most of the time. A lot of times we're just happy with Tahm Kench applying that pressure and making the opponent think, I can't really go under this amount of mana because I don't have an answer to the acquired taste anymore. I can't play this unit right now because it can get eaten and I don't have anything to stop it. And by just having him there, just having this card in our hand, we really deter our opponent from many lines of play, and we slow down the game inherently, which is what allows us to reach for our, you know, tardier win condition, right? And that's basically that. I love Cold Food. It's such a fun deck to play. It's just, I never get tired of it, and I want to showcase it again with the recent buff. And hopefully you guys enjoy the matches that I got for today, because I think today's gameplay is just top of the cream, baby. I may be biased, but I think it's that good. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And that's where I'm going to stop talking. So all day, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content, because I do post a video every single day. I have no life. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Let's play some Cold Food. I'm always in the mood for some cold food. Kind of. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan away the Iceville Archer. We're facing Teemo Ezreal, which means I don't think I need the salvage. And eventually, I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan away everything except for the troll chant, because I do want to find the Starlit Seer. There we go. Alongside some protection. The Starlit Seer can make my stuff thick.
Status high. An expert is at work.
Fear beyond!
No stone unturned.
An auspicious season.
Bourbon. All right, let the meal commence.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Hello there, Teemo.
I'll scout ahead.
I'm gonna let Teemo hit me. I could have troll chanted, but I want to keep this mana open.
Who goes there?
Who goes there?
A true Freljordian will.
I don't really care.
A chill in the air.
We're gonna make use of these archers. We still have troll chant. We have Three Sisters lined up as well.
Show me a target.
We're gonna continue to frostbite them.
Can't spoil the surprise? Vandal scouts are never afraid.
If it's a fight they want.
Blessed by snow and stars.
I need to preserve that one.
There they go.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Whatever we are buffing, it's gonna be big when we pick it up.
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
A true Freljordian welcome.
So we're gonna play this Iceville Archer here. We're targeting the opposing Iceville Archer because we want him to attack with this chump one, because we would be very happy to have this trade happen right here.
I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Well, you got a problem, Teemo. You got a drug problem. And you don't care.
An auspicious season.
Table for one, if you the blood.
And now I'll play Tahm Kench. Now I will play Tommy Boy. Alright. That is a thick...
For my taste.
That is a thick shaman, if I've ever seen one. Bam, ba-da-dam.
A chill in the air.
I want to frostbite this Iceville Archer because I don't want it to be a relevant blocker. I don't want it to be a relevant anything. You know, that stat line I want to nullify. If he wants to block, I want him to block with the Puffcat Peddler or even Teemo. So I'm gonna develop this Iceville Archer here.
Not and ready.
It's fine.
Amarosans, stand together.
His eyes see all.
Avarosa, guide me.
You think that's gonna deter me from attacking? Good one. We're not gonna necessarily start using our freezes yet. Like this Ashe has one attack, which means it trades almost perfectly into everything.
I'll protect the villages.
Would a mushroom help?
And spoil the surprise?
I've always been a fun guy.
All right.
This would be a good winter. Save the homestead.
I'm gonna eat a Teemo.
Allow me.
I have no idea what it tastes like, honestly. I don't think it's gonna be pleasant, but I am gonna eat him regardless, because he is a problem. Now we're gonna draw the crystal arrow and something else. So the odds of that having a puff cap, well, it's not really that great. And that's, oh my god, it's a big ass hole.
I'm so good, I surprised myself. Don't
Coolest.
blink or you'll miss me.
Coolest of stories, bro. Truly, truly, truly fascinating. I'm gonna go for the crystal arrow now.
A gift from Avarosa.
Because now I am in the mood for some edgy
Blessed by snow and
archaeology, boys. It is an acquired taste, after all. Please don't subscribe. Let's chow down, boys. Man, this deck just makes me happy. I love playing this deck.
Oh, if mushrooms could pop.
Well, they can't.
Am I right?
Crazy old man.
You had your chance to walk away.
But he didn't.
season.
Bam,
Bring me
bam.
the calm of an ice-shrouded world.
Thick ass rhyme fang fit in.
Appetizers aplenty.
This will be a good winter.
Let's take it home. Alright.
They grow up so fast.
Incoming flash freeze. Okay, double flash freeze. Still got you though. It's a lot of puff caps.
Blessed by snow and stars.
But I can do that too.
This would be a good winter.
Beautiful. Beautiful, baby. Attaboy! Perfect.
A new Freljord will
Ah,
rise.
okay, I was hoping for a time catch. Whatever. Round 2, and we're seeing Lux. I have not faced Lux in like forever. Considering how slow the matchup is, I'm kind of inclined to keeping this Howling Abyss. And before I draw like the other ones. I want to keep the Ryan Fang Wolf as well. But I am definitely very inclined because I feel like this deck cannot be super fast, which can allow us to get a little bit more greedy.
We see through all.
Also, no Starlit, no Zoe early on is really neat.
These eyes
I'm just gonna attack with the Seer. Oh. Oh yeah, I am gonna play the Rhymefang Wolf.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the roses.
Okay, he does find Zoe. He's still playing the Fangs? Really? I could just freeze the Zoe. Why not?
Locked and ready.
Why not?
All the world on one arrow. Bask in her radiant blessing.
As the arrow flies.
Well, technically, you know, the Fangs... I mean, it did come into play because he would have been more encouraged to attack with it if it had 3 attack. Alright, beautiful. Getting really rid of Zoe is very important. I could make use of my mana and go for a salvage, but there's no need. Like, I'm gonna...
Look at this reality. Look how it's
Yeah, I don't care. As long as you don't level up, I am fine. You can be as annoying as you like.
shit time.
I am gonna let that happen, yeah. Because you get Equinox landmark. Alright. Abyss time. It is time to assemble the Runeterra Avengers. Yeah, that's kind of brutal.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Let's see what we get. Oh! Okay. I don't know if I want that though. I think I'd rather take the Rhymefang, to be honest. We could win this a Crescent Strike here.
What's in here? Amarosans, stand together.
Oh, he took a big hit there.
Everywhere I go.
Wanting to play
the
Lux.
light follows.
This would be a good winter.
Okay.
Unify the tribes.
We don't have to play this now. We can play it next turn. Because we get to attack next turn anyways. What if I just delete that for a couple of turns?
Blessed by snow and stars.
I very much like that idea.
An auspicious season.
That's pretty neat.
I will unite the Freljord.
I'm gonna play Ashe. I don't want to trade. He's still got 6 mana. He could have like a riposte or something, but he needs something to boost it plus a single combat to make use of that stat. All right. Okay.
My heart and sword for the Mossing.
lights the way.
As the arrow flies.
Believe or burn. Virtue guides me.
Table for one, if you'd oblige.
Okay, we got Tahm Kench in there with Garen's rally.
Strike for justice.
We have a lot of options here, but we're limited by our mana, but we have so many options. Let's think.
Better, brighter than before.
This will be a good winter.
By the light.
Dead men tell my tale.
Let's brighten up their day.
Hold fast.
Blessed by snow and stars.
The wicked must fall. My comestibles are getting cold. Blow them to the depths.
I will end this here.
I'm gonna keep the acquired taste because the moment he resorts to this final spark and he doesn't target my Tahm Kench, like if he uses it on Garen, then I will capture the Lux. Tahm Kench secures that here. He's been able to really stall me out well with these lifesteals. Not really the fangs, but okay, if he's targeting that, beautiful.
A beacon through the dark.
An auspicious season.
Where there's a will, there's a meal.
That brutal steel.
When will I find peace?
I have to be very wary of keeping this Tahm Kench alive here.
There's still much to answer for.
Let us peruse this establishment's fare.
This will be a good winter. An auspicious season. Who goes there?
I'll take it. 2 mana 8/9, baby. That's right up my aisle. Alright, so he wanted to eliminate that, and now he plays the Great Beyond.
Plenty of room inside.
This would be a
We get to trigger the spell shield.
blessed by snow and
And we
stars.
get to freeze it. That was a little bit scary for a second. But Tahm Kench keeping us alive. Woo!
Appetizers await.
That kind of sucks.
Don't get in my way.
We can do this. Fly to them on broken wings.
An auspicious season. Blessed by snow and stars.
For the lost. Shine with me.
Today soon.
We get to have some synergy with Lucian and that and Riven, which is really neat because now we can generate the blade. We still have the harsh winds as well. And we got him! Because even if he clears, okay, so even if he clears my Tahm Kench at that point, I can play my Vladimir and finish him off with the light with the Drain Sling. Ah, glorious. Alright, Semenenko playing my Nemesis. A deck that definitely will have a good time against this. Unless we manage to find good value trades. I want to keep this Brittle Steel, I think. I'm going to keep one Tavern Keeper, and I'm going to keep the Salvage too. I don't want to play Starlit Seer into a Thermogenic Beam. That also empowers their Tribeam Provulator, so I'm going to pass there.
Peer beyond.
And now I'm going to play...
An auspicious season.
I'm going to go for the Salvage. I could navigate around a lot of removal, but not Culling Strike. Okay, we were open there for Draven, but I guess they didn't have it.
We see through all. This will be a good winter. Blessed by snow and stars.
Okay, he's alive. He's still alive.
I thought you'd never ask. A true Freljordian welcome.
I'm gonna halt this Ezreal, prevent it from getting value.
This will be a good winter.
It's pretty good.
Warm hearts and hot soup.
I'm gonna play Tavern Keeper so that my Starlit Seer doesn't go down. Like, this Starlit Seer is generating a lot of value, right? Like, this Ryan Fang Wolf, he's not really gonna expect it's gonna come down. He's gonna deal a billion. Alright, Ezreal level up.
I'm so good, I surprised myself.
An auspicious season.
How about another round?
This would be a good winter.
We can knock out Ezreal now.
No way.
Get rid of the spider as well. And continue buffing our deck. Round 2. Let's hope for no other Ezreal. I mean, if it is another Ezreal, we can actually troll chant it. Wouldn't feel great about it, but...
Here beyond.
The Craven will fall. Let's talk about your death.
Let's talk about your death, buddy.
Blessed by snow and stars.
Just not letting him die, man. What do you want from me?
What will you have?
Gonna play Thick Boy Tavern Keeper. He's playing Time Wonder, which is interesting.
Noxus will.
An auspicious season.
And carved meat bigger than you.
Alright.
Humanity is obsolete. Can you improve perfection?
Oof.
Faster than my arrow?
Way too
I
tempting.
think not. Avarosans, stand together. My aim is true.
Inferior design.
Okay, no, I was worried a little bit of like a Captain Fearon or something. Alright. We got the Howling Abyss, which allows us to go
A gift from Avarosa.
wide.
Blessed by snow and stars.
And we beat him, baby! We knock out our Nemesis again! I say again because yesterday we beat it too.
Freljord will rise.
Fuck yeah! Okay, so this guy's playing in Masters, and I believe he may be playing Poros. I think it's pretty clear that it's Poros, actually. So I'm gonna keep the Starlit Seer. I like everything about this hand. I like the Icefield Archer. And I very much like the Rhyme Wolf because this version, like most versions of Poros that I've seen, actually do not play Mystic Shot. And their best way to navigate around Rhyme Wolf is stuff like Poros Nex. Alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lead off with, you know,
Here be yours.
who goes there? It's not what he said, but
Where did that one run off to?
so he's playing Poro Herder. I love that Elixir of Iron. Really nice. I like this Rhyme Fang into Ashe curve with the 1 mana for Elixir of Iron or Bird of Steel. I can use my health as a resource now. Alright.
All the world on one arrow. Swiftly now.
This will be a good winter.
You cheeky you! So that's the second Poros next, but the odds of him having a third. It's all that great. I could just put you though.
Not and ready. My life for Avarosa.
The odds of him having another Poros next just aren't great, right?
Blessed by snow and stars.
So I feel I'm better off doing this. I block like this. We pass. They can Aurora Borealis, but the odds of them having a third Poros next when they've gone through like barely 10 cards in their deck, it's just not quite there. Oof, I really wish I could just, I could play a Starlit Seer, but I think that's greedy. I think that's greedy, right? To be fair, I don't have to resort to this now.
Amarosans, stand together.
Vermin. Who goes there? What will you have?
Fearsome, alright.
Lead the target. I'll lead us to victory.
An auspicious season.
That's interesting. I guess he regretted that play. Nice. I was really thinking about
A new brilliant
maximizing the value of my units and of my trades in general. Man, this deck is on a tear. Holy crap. But yeah, I really wanted to figure out, like, I want to go through my thought process there for a second. So basically, if I go for salvage, I don't, because I didn't say anything on this. If I go for salvage, I don't draw a buffed unit, right? The last time I buffed something with the one starless here that I had on the board was the second starless here that I drew, the buffed up one, right? So I wanted to make use of my frostbite. I know the moment I frostbite, I generate the crystal arrow with Ashe, but that wasn't a great board state to deal with. And of course, I always have to be careful of that Brittle Steel losing out on value if my opponent plays one more Poros next. But because they've already played 2 Poros next, the odds of them having a third one are very low. So they have to fish one through Aurora Borealis, right? So as long as they don't have 9 mana open, they can't really threaten me with a burst speed Poros next, unless, you know, they draw that last one. But I gotta take some probabilities into account here, right, for my decisions. So that's why I ultimately decided to wait for his attack and go for the Harsh Wind. So I would level up Ashe, I would put the Crystal Arrow on top of my deck, and I could use my Ramfang Wolf to clear one of those 2 units. And effectively, the important thing is trigger my Starlit Seers twice, right? Because then, next turn, as long as I have a Brittle Steel, I'm at 15 health, so there's not much you can do from that point that can really take me down. So my strategy from there is to resort to the Crystal Arrow at the beginning of my next turn, which will essentially frostbite 2 units. Like, one will be the elusive Poro at 3/3, and I can stun. I can frostbite another one. I can cycle through my deck. I can see if I can find like a beefy unit to use for the attack there, and I can try to just go in with an Ashe, you know, lethal there. So that was generally the idea, right? I wasn't speaking much because it was a hard decision to make, and I was really pondering between like, oh, because I could just focus on drawing that turn and see what I got. Like, that's also a legitimate way, but I guess I really want that Starlit value. It can go a long way, even though maybe at that point that wasn't the correct approach. I'm not sure, but ultimately I felt like it was. And this deck really exceeded my expectations today, honestly. It put in the work. It legitimately put in the work. Like, I have a really solid run. Very, very nice. That's some really fun games as well. That's cold food for you, man. It always, like, I always wish I could play it more, but I don't want to make this video over an hour. So even though the editing will definitely trim it down, but goddamn, we got some good games, and I really highlight everything. I showcased Howling Abyss as a win condition. I showcased the power of Tahm Kench. We got some really cool matchups as well. I was really clunky. Funky is the proper term, you know, with Lux. We faced all sorts of shit, which is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.